Interest rate hikes drive refinancing. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because, well, the cash rate hikes that I'll remind you of are apparently driving refinancing. Now, I'm going to bring my good old Excel chart here and we'll just check him out to get an appreciation of, well, what people might be experiencing. If you're going from 1.99, which is the lowest fixed rate, up to 4.84, which is a decent variable mortgage, and you've got a 480 grand with change mortgage, which is the first home buyers, you're looking at about a 42% increase. Now, this is the people like me who didn't trust our reserve or the media when they said rates wouldn't go up until 2024, or thought, well, okay, they're not going to go any lower. We're not going to see negative. Now, the reason I thought that is because our very own Reserve Bank governor was critical of negative rates and gave evidence of how they didn't work in Europe. But the media didn't really pick up on that. That was like a discussion to an economic standing subcommittee thing. It was talking to politicians. And just a few months before, you had the media going on and on about how the Reserve Bank was telling the banks to prep for potentially going to negative rates. So I can understand why people didn't pick up on that because, I mean, we're probably the 40 people who actually watch those things. So there we go. But we can see here how some people are going to get hit. But also with rates going up now, people are maybe locking in. We'll have to see what they're doing to save money. So this is from Yahoo. So refinancing kicks up a gear as rates bite. Yeah, it's just it's going to be an interesting year, guys. And I'm hoping, I'm hoping these 480 grand mortgages, it's going to be the majority of first home buyers, and they're doing okay. But it's not. It's not. That's just my naivete. There's going to be people in New South Wales that paid a bucket load for a place that really went too far. The refinancing boom continues as mortgage holders look for better deals to insulate themselves from interest rate hikes. Well, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You really should get out there and shop around, make your bank work for it. Refinancing levels hit $13.4 billion in November, breaking a new Australian Bureau of Statistics record for owner-occupier refinancing between lenders. Monthly owner, are they going for the new super low low intro rates? Maybe. Monthly owner-occupier refinancing has remained above $12 billion since June 2022, well above pre-pandemic levels. Acting ABS Head of Finance and Wealth, Dane Mead, said rising interest rates were prompting borrowers to switch lenders. Now, that's actually a really good thing. We want that. You want people not to be lazy. You want people to shop around and to get good mortgage deals. That's what we want to encourage. Maybe this is a whole bunch of Aussies finally waking up and taking control of their finances. I'm trying to see the silver lining to this, guys. Many borrowers are also coming off their fixed-rate loans secured when interest rates were low, which is likely contributing to the uptick in refinancing. So these are the people that locked in at low rates and are now coming off that. Now, there's a lot of fear in the media that you're going to have a cliff of people coming off these mortgages and being hit with high rates. Now, for old fuddy-duddies like me that bought a while ago, it just means we're going to go back to what we were probably paying a bit recent times, in recent memories. So we should prepare for that. It's going to be people who FOMO'd in and thought 1.99 is fine and based everything on that figure. Now, how many people are going to be that stupid? That's the age-old question, actually, isn't it? Could be a few, but would it be enough to impact the market? I mean, it'll be enough for the ABC to bring out article after article and sob story after sob bloody story, but we'll have to see. That's our taxpayer money there, spreading those sob stories. I hope they at least pay the people for it. New home loans fell 3.7% for the month, continuing the fall from record levels in the first half of 2022. Mr. Mead said the number of owner-occupiers taking out new home loan commitments fell below pre-pandemic levels for the first time in November. Investors are also borrowing less, with new investor housing loan commitments falling 3.6% over the month. Higher interest rates eliminate the amount buyers can borrow, with CanStar analysis showing borrowing power has fallen by almost a quarter since April. So we're returning to normal. I mean, this is why we're seeing some of just the insane asking prices people were putting out there for property. It's just ludicrous. I still, apparently that video we looked at yesterday, Sydney property crashing, where that one apartment went down 45% in asking price. Apparently the stuff was going for, one betters were going for $1 million. $1 million. I'm too old. I can't see it. You want at least the two better. At least the two better. $1 million for a one bedroom. First home buyers have started disappearing from the market, with the lending by this group halving from the January 2021 peak. After years of being constrained by the burden of putting together an adequate deposit in the face of rising house prices, first home buyers are now finding that the affordability of repayments is limiting their borrowing capacity, CanStar Group executive Stephen Mickenbacker said. Mickenbacker said the Reserve Bank cash rate increases were having a desired effect on stalling new lending and cooling the property market. Okay, that's not really... The RBA doesn't care about the property market. The RBA cares about the inflation rate. So can you argue that that's the desired effect? I guess that's one effect of it. We'll have to see. Because they didn't care about overheating the market, did they? They didn't worry about it. Maybe they should. Maybe that's the question. Should we adopt policies like New Zealand, where the Reserve Bank is, well, one of their main measures is housing affordability? There's a question for you guys. If a party went up with that as their policy to change the mandate, would it affect how you'd vote? Let me know in the chat. So, slowing lending is yet to flow through to lower inflation. And the 7.3% inflation rate for the year to November will have disappointed the Reserve Bank, making a further 25-point increase in the cash rate likely in February, he said. Personal lending also fell 1.3%, led by a 9.3% fall in personal investment lending and a 2.9% slowdown in new car loans. The rate of lending for household goods rose 5.1% to hit a new all-time high, and lending to fund travel and holidays remained a touch above pre-pandemic levels. So there we go, everyone. Well, let's have a bit of a talk about this. So there we have it. People are coming off these fixed mortgages and they're refinancing. Now, is this going to be the cliff of fear that the media is putting out there? Now, I think back to, remember when the interest-only periods were all changing and they were coming to an end. There was all this fear about them coming, people going bust and a flood of properties coming to the market. I mean, catastrophizing and fear gets the clicks and gets the eyeballs. I wonder if nothing will happen. I mean, sure, there are going to be some people that'll be burnt. ABC will milk this to no ends. And there are going to be some people that may have to shock, horror, gasp, budget, and make some personal sacrifices. But we've had it pretty good in Australia. It's time for some people to learn. Let me know your thoughts on this one. And what about my question about the RBA? Should housing affordability be part of their job? Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Check out HeiseBIM and Heise Does. And if you're a fan and want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now.